Every night when the lights are turned off, the house falls silent and loved ones have drifted into sleep. That's when the pain begins to speak. The knees ache dully, as if someone is twisting them from the inside. The calves feel taut like guitar strings, and even a slight turn sends a sharp, numbing pain down to the heels. Many people think it's due to walking too much or the cold weather, but day after day the pain returns, steady and silent. There are nights when you can't sleep because your legs keep twitching in spasms. There are mornings when you have to press your hands down hard just to get out of bed. You've tried pills, rubbed on oils, used massage machines, but nothing seems to improve. And if you've ever thought, it's probably just old age, today, I'll tell you honestly, you might be overlooking something small, but one that has a massive impact on the health of your legs every night. Have you ever noticed? The leg pain often strikes at night. That's not a coincidence. Your body is sending signals, but no one's listening. And the silent culprit is this: a lack of magnesium, a vital mineral that the majority of older adults in the US are severely deficient in. Magnesium doesn't just relax muscles, it also keeps the nervous system running smoothly, regulating calcium and potassium, two elements that directly affect muscle flexibility and nerve signaling. When magnesium is lacking, muscles tense up, leading to cramps and spreading pain from the calves to the hips and down to the feet, especially at night when you're resting. According to the U.S. National Institutes of Health, NIH, people over 60 tend to absorb magnesium less efficiently, and the medications they take, like diuretics, stomach drugs, or diabetes meds, deplete magnesium even faster. But here's the thing, not every doctor mentions this, and so many people assume nighttime pain is just something they have to endure with age. But if you understand magnesium's role and start supplementing it properly each night, your body will begin to transform. The pain might ease day by day, sleep will deepen, and the next morning, you might step out of bed without stiffness or aches. You don't need to swallow handfuls of pills or hunt for exotic products. Magnesium is found in familiar foods. It's just that we haven't known how to prioritize them properly until now. For example, half an avocado a day provides nearly 15% of an older adult's magnesium needs. A small handful of almonds, pumpkin seeds, or unsalted roasted cashews is a quiet joint pain remedy you can snack on after dinner. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, or cooked black beans are also fantastic natural sources of magnesium. The key is to eat these in the evening, because when your body shifts into rest mode, magnesium works its magic most powerfully to calm the nervous system and relax muscles. If you've ever woken up at midnight from leg pain, cramps, or an unexplained restlessness, just a magnesium-rich dinner could be enough to help you sleep through the night without being jolted awake by pain again. According to the Mayo Clinic, people over 60 should aim for 320 to 420 milligrams of magnesium daily, depending on their health and gender. But if you eat well, you might not need supplements, since a serving of whole grains or a cup of lentils alone can provide 40 to 50% of what you need. If something in this resonates with you by now, leave a comment. Even just a few words like, "I feel this too," so we know we're not alone. You might not realize it, but a small sharing could be the spark that helps someone else, sleepless from leg pain, find hope again. Magnesium deficiency doesn't just show up through nighttime leg pain. It also reveals itself in subtle ways, things most older adults brush off as just part of aging. For example, you might get sudden cramps even when you're sitting still, or that restless feeling in your legs every evening, like tiny electric currents running through your calves, keeping you from sleeping deeply. Have you ever felt your heart beating a little fast or slightly irregular when climbing stairs? You might think it's a weak heart, but sometimes it's just your body reacting to a severe magnesium shortage, since this mineral also stabilizes the heart's electrical activity and blood vessels. Some people even experience a pins and needles sensation, cold hands and feet, or fleeting dizziness, but then dismiss it as probably just age and poor circulation. But here's the thing, These quiet symptoms are your body's first cries for help when it's out of mineral balance. And the sad truth is, many only realize it after a fall, a broken bone, or a hospital visit for chronic pain. So if you're noticing one or several of these signs, don't wait for another winter to take action. When you hear about magnesium, you might only think of sleep or cramps. But in reality, it's also a silent companion for your joints, especially your knees and hips. Because magnesium doesn't just relax muscles, it also regulates inflammation in the body. In other words, a long-term magnesium deficiency makes your joints more prone to swelling, even if you're not overly active. If you've noticed your knees slightly swollen, stiff in the morning, or need to sit for a bit before standing up, it's quite possible your joint cartilage is losing flexibility due to low-grade inflammation, and one of the factors feeding into that process is a lack of magnesium. Beyond that, those with sciatic nerve pain, the kind that spreads from the lower back to the buttocks and down the back of the thigh, should pay special attention. Magnesium helps calm abnormal nerve electrical activity and softens the muscle bundles pressing on those nerves. That's why people who supplement magnesium properly often notice a clear difference: less pain, easier standing for longer, and walking without that dragging sensation in their leg. Dinner suggestions for proper magnesium supplementation. You don't need to overhaul your eating habits, just subtly add a few small items to your dinner and you can change how your body recovers each day. For example, start with a bowl of soft-cooked lentil soup seasoned with a pinch of salt and a few thin carrot slices. Lentils aren't just high in fiber, they're a rich magnesium source that helps muscles unwind before bed. Pair it with a lightly boiled green veggie like kale or spinach, drizzled with a touch of extra virgin olive oil. If you want some protein, opt for steamed salmon or lightly grilled mackerel, not only packed with anti-inflammatory omega-3s, but also boosting magnesium absorption. For a vegetarian option, a small avocado with a sprinkle of crushed almonds over a salad is a fantastic choice. And if you often wake up at midnight from leg pain, try ending dinner with a warm, unsweetened glass of almond milk or a slice of ripe banana. Both offer a gentle but sufficient magnesium boost to ease your body into deeper, smoother sleep. The magic isn't in a single miracle food, it's in consistency. Day after day, these small choices build into big changes. If you find this helpful, hit that subscribe button. Because we're not just sharing knowledge, we want to build a community where older adults are understood and cared for with kindness and science. And who knows, one day you might be the one passing this on to someone else. One question that puzzles many people: I don't eat badly, so why am I still magnesium deficient? The answer lies within your own body. As you age, your ability to absorb magnesium through the gut diminishes significantly. According to the Cleveland Clinic, the intestinal lining in older adults often thins and digestive enzymes gradually decline, meaning even if magnesium is present in your food, your body might not retain enough of it. On top of that, many common medications for older adults like diuretics, stomach drugs, or heart medications unintentionally increase magnesium loss through urine. In other words, the more diligently you take these drugs, the more likely you are to deplete the very micronutrient you desperately need. And this happens quietly, without anyone telling you. So the solution isn't about eating more, it's about eating smarter. Eating at the times when your body absorbs best and pairing foods to boost efficiency. For instance, vitamins B6, D, and omega-3s enhance magnesium absorption. You can get these from boiled eggs, fish, almond milk, or ground flax seeds in your meals. Most importantly, don't wait until illness strikes to act. Many people, upon realizing they're magnesium deficient, rush to buy supplements and start taking them right away. But here's the catch: that haste can easily backfire. One of the most common mistakes is taking magnesium in the morning, when the best time for your body to absorb and utilize it is actually at night, after a light meal, as your nervous system begins to slow down. Another mistake is choosing the wrong type. The market offers various forms of magnesium oxide, citrate, glycinate, but not all are well absorbed by older adults. Magnesium oxide, though cheap, is often less effective and can even cause digestive issues with long-term use. Instead, experts from the Cleveland Clinic recommend magnesium glycinate or citrate gentle, easily absorbed, and less likely to irritate the gut. Some also think the more, the better. But in reality, excess magnesium doesn't speed up pain relief. It can lead to diarrhea, electrolyte imbalances, and fatigue. So, if you're already getting magnesium from food, stick to a low supplement dose unless guided by a professional. Remember, magnesium isn't an instant painkiller. It's a way to help your body recover bit by bit, night after night, through patient and informed choices. Let me tell you about Helen, 74 years old, living alone in Oregon. For nearly 5 years, she kept a tube of muscle rub by her bedside every night, almost certain she'd wake up at 3 a.m. with leg pain. Her doctor prescribed sleeping pills, but she didn't dare take them often. Her kids and grandkids were far away, and she had no one to share her struggles with. Then, by chance, during a community health talk at a nursing home, she heard an expert mention magnesium. She went home and started tweaking her dinners, adding kale, half an avocado, a bit of steamed salmon, and a warm glass of almond milk. She stuck with it every day, nothing fancy, no big expectations. But after 2 weeks, she realized she'd slept 6 hours straight without waking up in pain. And for the first time in years, she stood up in the morning without clinging to a chair. That story isn't a miracle. It's the result of understanding what her body needed. Just like James in Minnesota, who once thought joint pain is something I have to live with, but after switching his dinners to lentil soup and a little walnut salad, just 3 weeks later he no longer needed his cane to go buy the newspaper. When asked what kept him going, he just smiled. Because I started sleeping, and when I could sleep, I wanted to keep living. At this age, you might be used to enduring. Pain, you endure it. Sleeplessness, you stay awake. Many no longer hope for grand things. Just being able to walk, dress, or make a cup of coffee without help feels like a blessing. But here's the thing, your body hasn't given up. It just needs a little chance, a bit of knowledge, and a touch of patience to heal. It can start with one dinner, a warm, nourishing meal, unhurried, a kinder look at yourself, at the legs that have carried you through so many years, and the sleep you've quietly lost. If you see yourself in this video, don't leave in silence. Comment and share your experience so others listening can find a flicker of hope. And if you find this content helpful, hit subscribe. Not just to catch the next video, but to build a community together, where aging doesn't mean giving up, but marks the start of a journey to live slower, deeper, and healthier. In the next video, we'll explore a morning habit many think is good, but silently harms your knees and hips every day. If you often wake up in pain, don't miss it. Thank you, and see you next time.